Okay, here's another $3 party poker sit and go. I definitely made mistakes here around the button and trying to get into the money. I way over tightened, so I think the rest of the play is pretty ABC. I don't remember doing anything particularly impressive here. Um, it kept pretty tight. It turned into a real crapshoot later on. Everybody was very tight. I think it went pretty deep into the levels with still six players left. So I don't think there's a whole lot of action here. I'll show you the interesting hands that I sort of went through, but just usual ABC play. I kept it pretty tight. I didn't catch many hands. Um, just trying to stay alive. So we're 16 minutes in. Just started level three. I've played literally zero hands. Um, these guys are kind of loose but very passive. So we're getting a few limpers. Most pots are going three or four ways and getting checked down or having a tiny bit of action on the flop or the turn and having it folded away. So chips have been sort of just slowly shifting back and forth. I don't see anything particularly impressive in any of these players. None of them are super tight. But then again, none of them are loose, tardy, or anything to be afraid of. Haven't really made many notes. Just a few about people sort of getting it in, like sort of light-ish, so with a wide-ish range, but not stupidly wide. Just sort of king getting it in with king queen, king jackie sort of stuff. Um, Nothing that's super important at this stage. So yeah, still just playing it through very tight. I've played no hands yet, so we're about 20 hands in, and I haven't played a single one. Getting pretty frustrated at this point. Three levels in, I've played no hands. I got 9-10 on the button. I'm thinking of playing it, but then everybody just limps around, so there's no real point. Can't really raise it, and don't really want to get into a raise pot this many ways. But this shows sort of the loose, passive sort of nature of the table at the moment. Got the big stack limps um, limps in middle position pretty much just because he can, folds it away. Um, Big blind sees a chance to juice the pot up, so I'm not, I got no idea what his range would be here. I imagine under the gun limp calling, he's either got a monster or just like absolute rubbish. Either way, not much happening. Jack 10, another hand that I sort of want to be playing, but discipline tells me not to. I've only got 10. I got 10 big blinds here. There's absolutely no reason for me to be playing Jack 10, so I just continue being super tight and playing on, waiting for a hand. So the guy to my right, Mats, has been pretty aggressive, raising up a lot of pots, limping in a lot, sort of getting real involved. So him limping, I put in a little bit of a raise, hoping to just get a flat call from him. I think he's got rubbish. Um, but yeah, it comes to the point where I've got to start winning hands. So I do what was the plan all along: raise, shove, because I think he was calling with a lot of junk there. And if I had checked and the turn had come, he would have just been shoving at me. He's really aggressive here. Um, Now, I took enough chips off him to sort of keep going. But in 2 minutes, the blinds go up and I'm sort of screwed because now I've got all of eight, 7 or 8 blinds left. But let's see how this starts playing through. Now I catch ace king. Still got pretty much the same amount of bets. Min raise it. I'm happy with a call or a shove, whatever here. The guy shoves it, call. I'm lucky enough to catch the king, and that stacks me up to sort of somewhere that I want to be. So that's pretty good. The guy was pretty loose. That was probably one of the better hands he was shoving with. He probably thought he was golden there. Yep, just sort of sit it out. These guys are still pretty loose and pretty aggressive. They're still getting it in. Um, Pretty often you saw that guy just open shoving with twos for, he didn't have any great reason to do it. He was just sort of, he still could have waited for a few more hands, but he thought deuces were fine, and has shoved it in. So you can see how these hands are playing out. He's doing it again here with just pocket threes. This golf guru guy actually really starting to sort of piss me off because he's taking a long time for everything, for every action, which means I get less hands per blind level, and it's not really something I can afford to be doing right now. But whether or not that was on purpose or what, I don't know, might just be paranoia. So here's more junk going around. Here I got sixes and 12 big blinds. I open shove it just because there's no point in min raising. There's not much I can play through here. Shove it up if anybody wants to play. Fine, took down the blinds. Happy to do that. Okay, so now we've gotten to this point. Sitting on the bubble, I got deuces. Guy shoves, and I fold it away. These guys are very, very loose, very aggressive, getting it in with a lot of hands. I just min races here. If I can get somebody to shove over the top to try to re-steal, or even if I can get a flat call so that I can shove the flop, I'm happy, but they fold away. Not much else. Now the whole problem is that I'm just too tight here, so I'm just sort of just trying to hold on, hoping for the guy to my left to pop out so I can get into the money. You see that this guy to my right just really starts taking advantage of that. He starts raising it up a lot pre to steal my blinds, which I can't really do to the guy to my left because I min raise this guy and he just shoves his stack with whatever. Like he's got the odds to call with, just about everything that he's got. So I got ace king, very basic shove. At this point, sort of hoping for an inferior call, doesn't really happen. Fives. See, I even throw the fives away because I don't really want to get involved. But the thing is, I should have been shoving the fives. I know this golf guru guy is actually pretty passive and pretty scared. So I don't think he was really calling with a whole lot. And the guy to my right, well, I had him covered. I really should have been, like now that I look at it, I really should have been pushing fives here. That fold away was just being timid and just a waste. I mean, the guy's going to keep stealing my blinds. This thing's just going to keep happening, and there's not much I can really do to stop him. So blinds have gone up. The guy to my left has stayed alive, but I've been really ground down here. It's pretty horrible. The way I played was just too timid. Like I really should have gotten it in earlier with those fives. The guy to my right just keeps taking it from me. The guy to my left, well, as far as he's concerned, he's already been popped out, so he can shove it pretty light, and I'm stuck between these two guys. So yeah, the table dynamic is pretty bad for me, but also just the fact that I was too timid with my play earlier on, like I pretty much halved my stack, folding it away to these guys raising. It would have been much better if I was more on the front foot and raising, but this is where it's sort of gotten to. I'll play out the rest of the hands just so you can see what happens. So yeah, this guy catches queens, and this is the worst thing for me. Now the small stack that I was hoping to pop out has just stacked right up, and now I'm the small stack that everybody else is hoping pops out. So now everybody's just hoping to out-survive me. The guy to my right is still going to keep terrorizing me, and now I've just put myself in a position where there's not much I can really do about it. Who knows what he's doing it with? His range could be super wide, but on the bubble, I can't really be shoving Jack 7. I don't know why I've insta-folded this thing. Fours would have been fine to play through. Once the guy raises, sure, fold it away, but yeah, at this point, you see, I'm just hoping that these guys shoot it out, and they're sort of dumb enough to not just try to blind me out, which they could do. I'm really just hoping for an aces versus kings scenario at this point, and because I'm just holding on like this, people know it. The guy on my right knows it. He knows that he can sort of terrorize me and just take blinds from me, which is just what he has done pretty much every hand. So this is it going around. 4-5. What can I do? The guy's going to raise it. I have to fold. There's nothing else. I'm not going to. Even if I shove over the top, he's got the odds to call now. Now with K high, I sort of have to shove because I got nothing else going. The guy wakes up with a premium hand, and I get popped out.